the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Please be seated for the words of inspiration delivered by Paul Lee, a member of the Board of Trustees.
What a great day, and what a great way to start with that magnificent national anthem. I'd like to greet all of you on this day, and there's a lot of you that are here that have a good reason to be very proud. Graduates, I would like to take this opportunity to share with you a few thoughts that I hope might have some little influence on your life as you go forward. I'd like to have you think about what I'm saying in the context of your private life, your future private life, your work life, and your community life. As a member of the board, I hope that your experience here has better equipped you to live a good and productive life. I was recently listening to Morning Edition on NPR, and I heard a discussion of a recently released book called Givers and Takers. And I heard a statement that seemed to me to be counterintuitive. The discussion was about how there have been extensive social studies conducted, and the discovery was that givers did better in this world than takers. Let me repeat that. Givers did better in this world than takers. Let me summarize what a couple of reviewers said about the book. One of the great secrets of life is those that win the most are most often those who give the most. The other reviewer said, it shatters the myth that greed is the path to success. So let me share with you what's important to takers. Takers value wealth. They value power. They value pleasure. And they value winning at all cost. So you might wonder, what do givers value? Helpfulness, working for the well-being of others. Responsibility, that means being dependable. social justice, caring for the disadvantaged, compassion, responding to the needs of others. As you join this work world or continue your work world life, as many of you are working as you go to school, you are highly likely to be part of a team effort, no matter what your path is. George Meyer is a celebrated writer who is best known for his work as the lead writer on this very successful Simpsons. Writing for a show like The Simpsons is a collaborative and team effort. I was particularly impressed by what George Meyer summarizes as his code of honor. I believe it applies to almost anything that all of you will do. George Meyer, by the way, is recognized as a giver. And his code of honor is show up, work hard, be kind, and take the high road. I'd like to repeat that. Show up, work hard, be kind, and take the high road. This very simple approach caused me to think about a book a supervisor gave me when I started one of my very first jobs. This book was written by William Danforth, who founded what we in St. Louis know as Ralston Purina. William Danforth was born in Mississippi, Missouri, and was challenged as a very young and sick boy by his doctor. I dare you to get well. I dare you to be strong. And I quote from the opening passage of his book: catch a passion for helping others, a richer life will come back to you. One powerful theme of that book was, I dare you to use your talent. So building on that, in closing, I would like to say, I dare you to show up. I dare you all to work hard. I dare you to be kind. I dare you to take the high road. Thank you. Enjoy the day and have a great life. And with that, I'd like to introduce our distinguished president, Dr. Strobel.
Well, thank you, Trustee Lee. You've heard from someone who took those dares himself, and he inspires us all. So I urge all of us to take him up on his example and his words today. I too have read Adam Grant's book about givers and takers, and I think the kinds of dares that Trustee Lee charged us with today truly can be life transforming. Well, good morning, graduates. We have all assembled here at this beautiful Muny in your honor. And later in this ceremony, you will have opportunities to look around you. Right now, you're among your friends and fellow graduates. But you're seeing in front of you and behind you members of the Webster faculty, administrators, staff members, Board of Trustees members, your friends and family behind and around you, all graduates vested in your success. And every single one of us is so proud of you and your accomplishments. Together, we're all here to mark a monumental day in your life. It is a day that I assure you, you will never forget. And it stakes its claim in your own personal history as a day that will represent just one of many of the important transitions in your lives. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the entire Webster University community, I welcome you graduates and everyone here to what is the 95th Webster University Commencement Ceremony. Welcome particularly to all the families, friends, and supporters of our graduates. We know for all of you that your encouragement, your support, and occasional nudging helped our graduates get where they are today. And so welcome to Board of Trustees members, administrators, faculty members on the stage, all the staff members who are helping even to staff today's ceremonies. They've all helped to make this day possible, and they've been here for you graduates every step of your way. And I'm delighted to welcome our honorary degree candidate, Koko Tanimoto Kondo. You'll hear more from her and about her in a moment. She is one of the youngest Hiroshima A-bomb survivors and an internationally recognized peace advocate. She will speak to us today, and your heart and your life will be transformed, I assure you, by her words of peace and reconciliation. Today is a day to celebrate, but it's also a time to pause. Remember and reflect on each of our individual places in our communities and the impact we truly can have on our world. Graduates, today marks an important transition in your life. Graduation from being a student to being one of our distinguished alumni, and each one of you has earned the right to be recognized as a global citizen, one who is educated to the challenges of the human condition and has already and is prepared now to go forward to make a difference in the human condition. You're prepared now to use the skills that you've gained at Webster University: expert thinking, complex communication skills, problem solving, working with diverse and sometimes remote teams to accomplish great things. You've already done that. Think what's ahead. Your education has equipped you with the ability to think critically and creatively, to communicate clearly, and to solve life's complex problems. Just for a few moments today, I want to discuss a topic that may not have been captured in any of your readings. It may not have been on a course syllabus. You're not likely to find a lot about it online or even in the evening news. And I'm talking about the power and the self-fulfillment that comes with being a person who unites rather than divides. The person who invites to the table individuals from globally diverse backgrounds, beliefs, cultures, heritages, to come to shared understandings and shared actions to make the world a better place. Each one of you graduates plays an important role. You can be a convener for the purpose of bringing people to a table for discussion, reflection, empathy, insight, wisdom. This past winter, we hosted at the Webster Groves campus Ambassador Andrew Young. He was here with the Regional Urban League, and we had a delightful, lengthy lunch where he reflected on his learnings from his career. He shared his experiences, which are broad and deep, as a civil rights leader, as a U.S. congressman, as a United Nations ambassador, and the mayor of Atlanta. He urged all of us to learn that the most basic lesson in life is to simply listen to people, respect people, take time to understand where someone else comes from, embrace the uniqueness of those human experiences, but create a sense of belonging among our uniqueness. And if we do that, in Ambassador Andrew Young's words, we'll be able to work with virtually anybody. Well, those were his wise words, born of experiences with not only individuals, but families, communities, and really nations and leaders around the world. Graduates, as you embrace this new chapter in life, you already know, we all know, the world's imperfections. We know the world is far from perfect, and we cannot truly make it perfect. even if we could all agree on what the courses of action were to make it so. What we can do is to embrace life's imperfections, celebrate the distinctions that make life such a rich experience, while all the while seeking opportunities to bring greater harmony, greater peace, building communities that include, celebrate, and bring to a sense of belonging that vast global diversity of human experience. Every Webster graduate should take confidence in knowing that you are, you will be, and you should be a difference maker. The Dalai Lama is quoted as saying, "Peace does not mean an absence of conflict. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, through education, knowledge, and through humane ways." As a Webster University graduate, you have the ability to find that common bond of humanity that seeks the peace within yourself and with others through dialogue and education and knowledge. You are now equipped to be a global citizen, and I and all of us in this auditorium just want to celebrate you and say how proud we are of your accomplishments, but we can hardly wait to see what you will do next. Now please welcome my colleague and partner in leadership, our Provost, Senior Vice President, and Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Julian Schuster.
Thank you, President Strobel. Graduates, you are leaving us today armed with our new Webster University degree at a time when the world around us may seem volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Volatility suggests rapid change, turbulence, uneasiness, requiring we be aware, alert, and ready to adjust, adapt, and respond when the change is not for the best. Uncertainty suggests the lack of predictability, requiring that we become comfortable working without all the answers, but able to make informed decisions and choices and act decisively with the best information we can gather. Complexity suggests that we live in a world of many different connected and moving parts, requiring that we be nimble and clear-eyed, ready to shift actions when the new information comes to light. And ambiguity. Ambiguity is the gray area where alternative actions and decisions are debatable, and where the facts and the words are open to more than one interpretation. Ambiguity requires that we recognize the gray areas, be aware that alternatives exist, and be open to honest debate on important issues. Yes, today our world is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But really, it always has been like that. In a short time, you will hear from our commencement speaker about a time in history when the similar conditions prevailed. And out of an unimaginably terrible time, unbelievable act of kindness and forgiveness occurred. Today we know how important it is to prepare our graduates with a global understanding, multicultural competencies, critical thinking, conflict management, and of course, leadership. Our graduates, Webster graduates, will know that the first act in times of conflict is to talk, and talk, and talk. To talk until grayness of ambiguity is lifted, until connections that seemed ambiguous are clear, until the complexity of our differing views is understood, and until volatility has come to mutual understanding and respect. And of course, ultimately, to peace. So, how can we summarize what it means to be a Webster graduate? With all you have learned in your time with us, how can we find a way to describe how a global citizen faces a world that is constantly changing, a world with big problems to solve, a world that is simultaneously better connected and perhaps more divided than ever? Please remember, better connected and more divided. So, well, let me try. Some of you who know me may be surprised to hear that, but I was an impatient boy. And my mother, perhaps like mothers everywhere, in an effort to prevent me from too many black eyes, giving as well as getting, always told me, Julian, then she repeated Julian too many times, Julian, count to 10. So Webster graduates, on your last day as students, let us count to 10 together. When faced with a situation which is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, let us agree that we will stop, pause, and ask ourselves the following question. 1. Do I have all the facts? Have I done my research and armed myself with the best information available before acting? 2. Do I understand others' views? Or if not understand, have I at least heard others' views and tried to put myself into their shoes? 3. Am I open-minded? Can I leave the room for possibility that my view may shift? Am I willing and able to say, I changed my mind? 4. Am I civil? Do I have the ability to disagree, to debate, to argue passionately for what I feel is right, but to do so in a civil, collegial manner? 5. Am I willing to own part of the problem? Being a part of the solution often means admitting you were a part of the problem. What behaviors or attitudes are you willing to change to bring about solution? 6. Am I focusing on the solution? Frankly, it is not that hard to point out the problem. Many people do that and then wash their hands of it, expecting someone else to fix things. Webster graduate asks, what are the solutions and how can I be part of it? 7. Am I thinking of others and thinking long term? Am I willing to consider that what is best for me today may not be best for the long run, for my organization, for my community, my children, the world? 8. Am I emulating someone I admire? Everyone needs a version of what would fill the blank that and that person do. And what is or who is that for you? A favorite professor? A mentor? A global hero? Family member? Whoever it is, make him proud of you or her. 9. Do I understand my privilege and therefore my responsibility to speak for others? Graduates, you now hold bachelor's or graduate degrees, but you are in the minority in this world. You have knowledge, skills, competencies, and Webster expects that you won't keep them for yourself only. Use them to help those less fortunate than you, those who need your help to make their voices heard. And 10, and this might be counterintuitive, but do I know when there is no time to count to 10? Am I able to act when the need is urgent, when someone is hurt or suffering or in great need, when my skills, knowledge, time, and money are needed? Will I say yes without a hesitation? The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river and he is not the same man." From this day forward, you will step in a new river each day, but you will be a different man or woman each time you take another step. Yes, every challenge will be new, and you will learn more with each challenge faced and conquered. Webster graduates never stop learning, never stop questioning, never stop improving themselves and their communities and deepening their commitment to global understanding. Our commencement speaker will share her experience speaking of a terrible occurrence 70 years ago, after which this famous question was asked: "My God, what have we done?" Let us ensure that we never ask that question again. Let us ensure that faced with challenges, we count to 10, employ our collective knowledge, skills, competencies, and work for peace. At the end of the day, our goal is to look back on how we face seemingly insurmountable problems and say with pride and smile, "Look what we have done." Graduates, congratulations. The conferring of honorary degrees is a Webster tradition in which we recognize the impact of people who have made great contributions for the betterment of our communities, both locally and globally. It is my pleasure to introduce Steve Swires, Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will present our honorary degree candidate. Please join me in welcoming Steve Swires, who will present Koko Tanimoto Kondo for the honorary degree.
Thank you, Julian. It's my honor today to introduce Koko Kondo as candidate of the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters from Webster University. I'm pleased to read some highlights from the citation that will be presented. It's very impressive. Peace activist, atomic bomb survivor, compassionate bestower of forgiveness, lifelong learner, universal educator of compassion and global peace. And there's more. Survivor of the atomic bomb dropped on your home in Hiroshima, you have become a beacon of hope for humanity's triumphant spirit. As a messenger of peace, you have inspired generations around the world to learn from you, to learn from your family and your community experiences, and turn tragedy into affirmative energy. As an activist, your stories have taught thousands about the damage of weapons of mass destruction and the lessons of war. As a speaker, scholar, ambassador, and friend, you have spread a message of hope, resilience, and power of global transformative learning rising from the darkness and pain of nuclear war. For your meritorious accomplishments, your dedication to peace, and your compassion for humanity, Webster University is proud to confer upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters degree. President Strobel, I present Koko Kondo. for Director of Human Letters.
Thank you, Chair Swires, not only for your distinguished leadership for our Board of Trustees, but for the recognition today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Missouri, and upon recommendation of the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon Koko Tanimoto Kondo, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa degree, receiving all the rights and privileges appertaining to this degree. Koko Tanimoto Kondo, you are now an alumnus of Webster University. Please rise so we can recognize you. I extend my own personal congratulations to our Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters awardee, who will speak to us. You have just heard Steve Swires, distinguished chair of our Board of Trustees, describe the main reasons that Koko Tanimoto Kondo is deserving of an honorary degree from Webster University. In addition, I am pleased to let you know that in honor of Koko Tanimoto Kondo's lifelong dedication and commitment to the power of transformative learning, Francis G. Slay, Mayor of the City of St. Louis, has proclaimed tomorrow, May 11th, 2014, as Transformative Learning Day in the City of St. Louis, and has issued a proclamation to that effect. Here are some of the words of the proclamation. Whereas, on behalf of the people of St. Louis, I am very pleased on this May 11th to recognize Koko Tanimoto Kondo and Webster University for their dedication and commitment to the power of transformative learning. Now, therefore, I, Francis G. Slay, Mayor of the City of St. Louis, do hereby proclaim May 11th, 2014 as Transformative Learning Day in the City of St. Louis. What a wonderful recognition. And now please join me in welcoming Dr. Koko Tanimoto Kondo, who will deliver our 2014 commencement address.
Thank you and good morning. President Strobel, Provost Schuster, Board of Trustees, faculty, and graduates. Congratulations to each one of you. You're graduating from this wonderful university, Webster. The students coming from all over the world, and the American student had a chance to meet many students from other countries. That's just very unique thing for this university. I am very honored to be stand on this stage of your unforgettable day of your life. I feel like I'm standing here on behalf of all the survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Thank you. Today, in Hiroshima, about 286,000 people will die since 1945. For the Nagasaki, 162,000 people died. Many of the doctors, when I was a little, said, I would not live through it. But today, I'm standing in front of you. I'm still living. I had a very difficult time in my life. Sometimes that I didn't know how to take it. Or I hated the man who dropped the bomb. But I was able to meet this person when I was 10. Now I can say to the whole world that encounter with Captain Robert Lewis, who saw the Hiroshima after he dropped the bomb, he said, the city of Hiroshima disappeared. My God, what have we done? Captain Robert Lewis changed my life because it ended my anger and instead made my determined to work for peace. And I'm just so grateful that I had a chance to meet him. Otherwise, maybe even today, I hate the others. In Hiroshima, there is a memorial monument. On the cenotaph in the Peace Park in Hiroshima is the inscription which said, let all the souls here rest in peace, for we shall not repeat the evil. In this cenotaph, there is the box which we install the people who died from the Hiroshima disaster. It's a monument dedicated to all those who perished in the atomic bomb. My dear children, if I call you that, maybe some of you doesn't want me to call you children. But to me, you are my children. I do not want anyone to take your life away from it. I want you to live in peace. This lets all the souls here rest in peace, for we shall not repeat the evil. This has become the prayer and vote for many survivors who were determined to make sure the death of many people whom they loved, especially the innocent children, have not been in vain. And no one human being will ever have to repeat their fate. For your future, the graduate, you might sometimes face a difficulty, but I know you will overcome. And I would like to say to you, I would like to ask you, and I would like to give all the my will to have a peaceful world into your hand, each one of you. I know you will make better world, so we all live together. This school, Webster University, very international, and as I told you before, the students from all over the world. Some of them knew the tragedy of war, and the most important thing is you exchange the different view and learn to how to cooperate with them. Fortunate that you're here and graduate of the Webster University. I sometimes tell myself, because I'm one of the human beings, sometimes so difficult to accept the differences. But yes, you have to think over. If we are same thinking, won't be, interesting. It's because of the difference we enjoy more. What do you think? And I learned you are the global citizens. I feel that one-to-one, like person to person, the relationship is very important. And maybe that's the basic of the peace. Some people said if we don't have any war, we can have a peace. But I would like to ask you, do you have a peace in yourself? I depend on you. You can make better world that we can live in this global work together to live peacefully. Congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Koko Tanimoto Kondo, for the example of your life about how to live a life in peace, with peace, for peace. Again, may we live and take up that challenge. Thank you again, Doctor. Well, class of 2014, this is the moment you've been waiting for. I'll ask Provost Schuster to join me to present the candidates for degree, and then I will bestow upon you your degree.
All right. Thank you, President Strobel. As I call the degrees for each school and college, candidates should rise and remain standing. So let's start. The College of Arts and Sciences. Global Master of Arts, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Arts. Next, the George Herbert Walker School of Business and Technology. Okay, they were loud and long, so I will skip all the degrees. It goes from the Doctor of Management to the Bachelor of Arts. The School of Communications. Master of Arts, and Bachelor of Arts. The next school is the School of Education. Educational Specialist, Master of Educational Technology, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Arts, Bachelor of Arts. The Lee Jardine College of Fine Arts. Master of Fine Arts, Master of Music, Master of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Music Education, and Bachelor of Arts. Okay. President Strobel, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you Webster University's degree candidates for the academic year 2013-2014. Now, candidates, I'm going to ask you to indicate that you are ready to accept this honor by repeating a phrase after me. So, phrase is going to be, we are the class of 2014. I will count 1, 2, 3, and say the phrase. You will repeat that. Do not say the phrase before me. That was the joke, so let's try. 1, 2, 3. We are the 20. If you noticed, you were faster than I, so we will repeat that, but that was my fault, I was slow. So, 1, 2, 3. We are...
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Webster University, and with the recommendation of the university faculty, I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's, master, or doctoral degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Your names will be permanently entered on the rolls as an alum of Webster University. You now may move your tassels from right to left to signify your status as graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present the 2014 class from Webster University. Graduates, please take your seats. You are now members of the exclusive worldwide alumni club of an amazing 175,000 living worldwide Webster graduates. And so to officially welcome you to the Alumni Association, I invite Dr. Chris McGee, Webster class of 2001 and president of the Alumni Association. Dr. McGee.
All right, Dr. Schuster set us up, so I'm going to kind of do what he did here. I'm going to point to you, and whether you're a parent, grandparent, brother, sister, cousin, nephew, whatever, or a Webster graduate, when I point, I want you to yell Gorlock as loud as you possibly can. All right, you ready for it? Okay. That was okay. It was okay. I didn't hear a lot over here. All right, so one more time. Here we go. Ready? That was beautiful. Okay. Well, this part of the convocation, if you will, is a little participatory, and I'm going to need your help. But on behalf of the alumni worldwide, I welcome each of you to a member of the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association was founded by a group of Webster graduates in 1923 in order to maintain a connection between themselves and our alma mater. Today, as you just heard, we're over 170,000 strong. Wow. That's a lot of... Beautiful. Awesome. We are an elite group when you consider that less than 1/3 of American population has a college degree. This tassel keeps getting in my mouth. And the percentage is even smaller when we consider a worldwide scale. But with this accomplishment comes great responsibility. We come together as alumni in support of higher education, of Webster University, of our faculty, staff, students, and most importantly, of each other. I encourage you to maintain a connection with the university. The world can be a transient place. Webster University will be here to welcome you when you return, or maybe even meet you in your new city, like chapters of alumni in Colorado, South Carolina, and even Leiden. I also encourage you to reach out to your fellow alumni. Introduce yourself. Tweet them. Follow them on Instagram. Like them on Facebook. Whatever you need to do to keep in touch. Tell us about your Webster experience. Ask us about ours. We have much to learn from one another. And our connections strengthen our degree. The strength of Webster University depends in large part on us. We as alumni are the sum of all the student experiences, faculty knowledge, and alumni success. So go forth into the world, and here's a part I need you to scream it loud. As a part of the alma mater, most importantly, once a, always a. Welcome to the Alumni Association.
Well, thank you, Chris, our favorite Gorlock. What a wonderful day in every single way. Messages of heartfelt inspiration, festivity, fun, and this is a day that's just made for you graduates. Absolutely all about you, for you. And I want you to take a few seconds to just reflect on it. Not only to reflect on what brought you to this day, but reflect on just this hour we've spent together. The fun of it, the inspiration of it, the fellowship of it, the beauty of it. Pause and reflect and cement it in your spirit and your heart and your mind. I think it appropriate at this point for you and all of us to recognize those who have helped you arrive at this point. And so will you please turn and thank family and friends who are with us today. And while you're up, graduates, let's also thank those behind me, the faculty, staff, and trustees. Everything you see as part of this ceremony today, the regalia, the symbols, the bagpipes, the music, it's all a symbol of the significance of graduates' accomplishments and the ideals that you're going to take with you through your life. It is a transition to a next chapter, and a wonderful chapter. It's all to be looked forward to. We will not forget you. We will not forget your time here at Webster University. And it is true that those bonds that you forged with each other and with us are a bond for life. Together, we are global citizens, and we are connected through a truly dynamic and wonderfully beautiful global community. So once again, I close us out by saying, graduates, congratulations, and thank you all for attending the 95th Webster University Commencement Ceremony. Go Gorlocks!